Both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Washington Redskins.
Why? I'm not that good.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Definitely not. It's week 1. I gotta learn how to play this team. I've never played Philly, ever. Like, literally never, ever. That's pretty elite, buddy. Yeah.
Now the first career carry for the Penn State star Miles Sanders. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Oh, no, there's no respect.
This matchup, an important one for week 1, an NFC East bout right off the bat. These two teams have met twice a year.
There is none because my whole offensive line would be lit up.
168 meetings overall, and the Redskins lead the series, but the Eagles, they have won 4 straight against these Washington Redskins. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble. And
I was going to throw it, but I didn't trust Carson Wentz. I guess I have to. Right? I mean, I'm not going to play there. I'm not going to trade him. So it's like... I miss Josh Allen already.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Empty. More Tokyo. Pilot 64. Weak.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete.
I forgot the Redskins are fast as heck.
Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate.
More like a bad throw.
At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And not what he was hoping
I don't really
for.
care. Let's just play it
in the end zone for a touchback.
You know I'm not gonna bitch and complain. So. I like this front 7 though.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now,
oh yeah, that's dead, buddy.
in the making, Darius Geis's first NFL carry. And he'll be upended
She is
after
so
a gain
much
of
better
5,
with that
up to the 25-yard line. Jalen Mills in on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. That'll be caught at Steven Sims.
How did that fucking pick? I told you, because you don't have any stars.
And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started.
Yes.
First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one.
Wait a minute, I just peeped. You got to keep Robbie Anderson?
Moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Watch our Eagles fly. Our Eagles fly on the road to victory. E-I-G-L-E-S, Eagles! See, I can be one of the guys at Lincoln Financial. I like this.
From midfield now, Haskins. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And he's got the first down before being... taken down at the 46.
It's a gain of 3. And the Redskin first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Third read. Check. 50, 31. Get this one. 36, 36. Shoot.
They'll run with Geis. A gain of 3, second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check it back.
Okay.
From the 44, Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 44 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as
he
they
wasn't
run
sprinting.
up
He was
and
only
send
running
this one
after he
away.
got past.
This fielded at the 2.
Oh boy.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
It's definitely, I'd never run cover 4. Nope. Cover 1.
The Eagles
Cover
offense
1.
set to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Sunday. Done. Spy 56. Switch it. Done.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. The ball popped in the air and
You just said, oh,
intercepted.
because he got beaten.
It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield.
Sure. Whatever flips the book for this.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Geis, they'll try to run it. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
second and goal from inside the 5. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson scoring a touchdown against his former mates as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Guys showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Peterson a first down and more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They go play action now. Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Geis. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike's 50, Mike.
Second down, Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're trying to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Check tight, check tight, check tight, check 50, check 50, check 50.
Back to the ground game now with Geis. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that.
Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. Elliott good on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin. And that'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner, Darius Slay. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And it's caught. And he's brought down. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal.
Man, 5-7. Hey, orbit.
Wins to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his first career touchdown in his first career game. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission? He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Short throw, pick-6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On 2nd and very short. Haskins, that's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
they? Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
on 2nd and 11 now. Haskins slings this deep from the... And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Throwing now is Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Buying time to his left. That one caught by Gibson. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action. Haskins. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Turn up.
They go play action with Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Here's Haskins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Check safety, check safety.
82. Hey, zoom. Here we go. It's done.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hey, 74.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wentz, and complete to Zach Ertz. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards. Carson Wentz beginning his 4th NFL season here in this ball game, and the last 2 years he was not in the postseason with his teammates, including that Super Bowl run. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Get.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next? Haskins hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. Change it data. Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
With it is Jackson. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Mike 56.
Sunday.
Here we go. 56 to Mike.
Now Wentz. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
86 is on the go.
Here's Wentz to throw. Rolling under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now it's Haskins. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Wentz. Got him in. Open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Redskins take over 1st and 10.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. And some space here. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 99.
Wentz going to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Haskins to throw it. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because...
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jonathan Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this...
He's got a man complete. 33 yards that time. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Yeah, that was a pretty big one.
Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
I don't want to hear nothing after Tarukin Hopkins, whatever the hell his name is, caught that in traffic
and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Dallas Goedert's like 6'6". Montez Sweat can't cover.
From midfield, here's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep. That's caught inside the 20. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
This Carson Wentz guy's kind of nice.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Wow.
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside making quite a splash with his second touchdown at his NFL debut. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott Good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
I was about to trade this guy.
And this will be a touchback as that sails
Yeah,
over the
I'm annoyed
end
that I
line.
have to pass with this offense because I don't have Jason
Out there
Peters
ready
anymore.
for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for
made a
this
mistake.
drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we
Good
going to
throw.
do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
17 yards that time and a Washington first. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Yeah.
Not only have they completed
Did
a
J-Gun
couple on
hit you
this
up for
drive,
him
but they
yet?
peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
That's kind of funny.
Now it's
That's why,
Haskins.
so he wouldn't wear number 90.
Complete.
Oh.
Richardson has it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on
We're
the
number
play.
90. We're number 99 for some reason.
He's checking the roll. West.
Changing his number? I don't think so.
From the red zone now, Haskins on first down.
Give me that.
And now here's another interception. Picked up
I
by
did that.
Sidney Jones. And nothing but daylight ahead.
Yeah.
The 40, the 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might
Let me
get
get
a
Trey
pick or two.
Apke.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
What if I give you
Out there ready for this
Play.
next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously,
Did you not hear me, or did you just say what?
Can't afford to just bunker in now. All right?
No, I
Good
said, what
field
if I gave
position
you
means
sway?
Go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the
Why?
football on this
So
possession.
that didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense
Where?
makes a good play,
That's an
too.
uncatchable ball.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That's an uncatchable ball.
We got right coming. Here, watch out, watch out. Trash.
What do you mean, right?
Hatchet.
On first and 10, it's Haskins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Come
and that is
on.
incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Good play.
Another
Fucking thumb.
incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Another
He's a little
throw on
guy.
second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
That'll do it.
Third down. Here's Haskins.
You're just
He's got
looking
his
for
man
this
on the
dude every
crossing
time.
route. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line.
As
Right
far as
now, I'm
tight
just saying,
ends
you
go,
didn't
this
even
guy's
want those
not a
as a
speed
routes.
burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impressive. And it'll be intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the
Nowhere to go here.
They gave
He
it back
lost
to
the
you.
football, and the Redskins scoop it. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Following the turnover, it's Haskins. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner, Darius Slay.
He just tried that.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off.
You're
and
funny.
it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball
But the
quickly
fact
because
that you
he
just
read
lobbed
blitz.
it up like
saw
you were playing
all those people
basketball.
stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh my God.
To
He was
escape, and he goes down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Did Carson Wentz break that first sack? That's pretty fake.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wentz to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
It's now 3rd down and more.
What the problem is? I said, what the problem
An
is?
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to let this go for the end zone.
Get that.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Eagles, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Washington, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. Blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls and the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, let it rock, turn it up. We giving the show, but can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? Of what kind? When it was time